So what he did was he went up to the Dayak people eventually and decided, hey, we know we took away your religion and we outlawed headhunting. And that was about 10 years prior to World War II when they outlawed it, I think, if my information is correct. So this was a very major part of the religion. The headhunting was sort of like, and they equated this in the documentary, it was sort of like Christianity going up for communion for the bread and the wine. So if you take away the bread and the wine, all of a sudden you remove the ceremony from the people, and you remove their heart, their soul.
Joe, you got to turn that back down. You just created a feedback loop again. Turn your speakers down, Joe.
So none of. Well, I'll make sure we got the feedback here.
Turn the speakers down, Joe. You just whatever you touched, you created a bad feedback loop. You got to keep it down.
I don't think it's my end, Jan, but could
yeah, we both have headphones. You're the only one with speakers, dude. Turn it all the way down and then back up because it's on a feedback loop, please.
Well, also seems kind of interesting. It happens when we're talking about something that's kind of interesting.
God damn it!
It's done that in a couple of shows for you guys.
All right, just try to mute your mic for a minute, Joe, please. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Jacob.
Okay. So where was I here? So the heart and soul. So they had taken away the heart and soul of their religion, so they couldn't practice it anymore. Now, not all the tribes people converted to Christianity. There are still pockets of them out there in the wilderness who had their own communities and still practiced their religion, but were outlawed for practicing the headhunting part of it. So Tom Harrison saw an opportunity to do some manipulation. He knew that the Japanese were invading. They were trying to find some American airmen who would crash landed. So he decided, if we're going to be able to get these people out of here, we need to reinstitute headhunting. I'm getting that feedback again.
Yep. Yeah, I am too. I don't know what's going on. Joe, can you mute your microphone, please? It was off. It was not doing it there for a couple of minutes. All right, try that now. Yeah, it stopped. It's definitely Joe's side. There it goes again. I don't know what the hell.
We'll make do. I used to be in a band back in the day, so the feedback maybe will bring back some memories.
Jan, it isn't in mine because I unplugged it and there was no sound whatsoever, and you're still getting it. So,
well, it stopped right when you did that. It's not doing it now. Go ahead. It stopped. It stopped doing it. Whatever you did. So go ahead, Jacob.
All right, so weaponized anthropology, headhunting, stealing the heart and soul of the Dayak tribes. So Tom Harrison decided, we're going to lose this battle if we don't start finding new methods of taking out the Japanese. We're not going to be able to take this land back. So he went to the Dayak tribes and said, hey, we'll do a deal. You guys can start headhunting again. We won't outlaw it, but there's only one catch. You can only headhunt the Japanese. So that's
Joe. Whatever you're rubbing on is going into the mic there too. Sorry.
So what was I? Sorry. So he decided to. I'm sorry, I just lost my spot there in my train of thought.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I was getting distracted because of all the noise.
I think you're on mute.
Joe's. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted too because Joe's mouse or whatever was making all kinds of noise into the mic, so we lost the train of thought.
Best, Jan, just to let it go unless.
Well, you can't let it go, Joe, because it's a massive feedback loop. It's gone now. But if your speakers are too loud and the mic is too close to the speakers, it will feed back. That's why we use headphones.
Just work through it. We should do that because
you can't work through it, Joe, because it interrupts all thought. Anyway, Jacob, try to continue there.
Interrupting all thought is when we stop to do this like sound control thing. Anyway, let's ignore this and go on, okay?
Now your microphone is too low. You got to turn down your speakers and just mute your microphone with the button on the screen rather than altering all your volume settings. Go ahead, Jacob. Sorry.
Okay, so weaponized anthropology, the Dayak tribes, they were converted Christians, but not all of them were. The headhunting was outlawed. Some of the tribesmen still practiced religion, but still couldn't headhunt, so they were longing for their religion back. So when Tom Harrison decided to have them just only go after the Japanese, I think some of the soldiers in the documentary were talking about how the woods became alive again, the jungle became alive again. You can hear the sounds of the tribesmen doing their dances, the repetitive noises of the drum beats. It was almost like their soul had been given back to them, and they were killing the Japanese with a lot of vigor. I mean, they would just take them out, boom, 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 walking through the jungle. They'd pick off one guy in the end with a glow stick and a little bit of poison. He'd fall off. Nobody would miss him because nobody would hear him fall. Nobody would hear him scream or anything. So that's how they kind of headhunted, and that's how weaponized anthropology could be weaponized to the aims of the British. In the documentary, they actually said Tom Harrison used the traditions of the Dayak tribes for the British purposes to suit their needs. That's a great example of weaponized anthropology, by using the traditions of somebody and using it for your benefit. They might think it's perfectly good and normal to them, but it could also be very harmful in the process and at the same time.
Joe, you're going to have to speak up now. Your microphone is too loud. Like I said,
do not interrupt me when I'm talking.
Joe, nobody can hear you.
I'm done, and then interrupt me.
Turn up your goddamn mic, dude. Nobody can hear you. Nobody. Joe.
Let me talk,
okay.
And then interrupt me.
No one can hear you. You got to turn up your goddamn mic, dude.
You interrupt me, but otherwise I can't have a train of thought.
Turn up your goddamn mic once and for all.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on, and you guys discuss, and I'll turn up my mic. Hold on a second.
Dude, if no one can hear you, it doesn't matter what the hell you say, man.
Listen, it doesn't matter if I'm interrupted. I have nothing to say anyway. So can you hear me now?
I can kind of hear you, but you need to turn it up where it was and just use the mute button in Zoom.
Look, I'm telling you, it is not in my end. When I put the mute button on, nothing happens. I have exactly...
Okay, instead of arguing, turn up your mic volume again where it was, and let's continue.
Can you hear it?
You need to turn your microphone volume back where it was.
It's back where it was.
All right, then get closer to the microphone or something.
Well, wait a second.
There you go. Now it's up.
All right. I've lost my train of thought. Why didn't you pick it up, Jacob? Go ahead.
Well, it was
and meanwhile, they're eating tons of sugar and soda pop and processed foods and all of this stuff, right?
And they weigh 300 pounds, you know.
Because they think everything is caused by the germ. So the disease is, the germs are
right.
what cause disease.
And meanwhile, most sickness, most disease is caused by diet and nutrition. And it's like, getting back to what people ate, say, in the 1880s, 1890s, rather than all of this processed food and vegetable oils and stuff that didn't exist 100 years ago. Why would you be consuming something that... Oh, somebody's got feedback going through there, Joe or someone. That's terrible.
I can't hear it.
Can you cut down your speakers? I got feedback going through. Anyway, I can't talk, so I'll let you guys talk. It's looping.
It's funny, I can't hear it at all. Can you hear it, April?
I can hear him, but yeah, he has feedback.
Yeah, I can hear Jan. I just don't hear any feedback.
I don't know what's doing that. Yeah, it's looping back on me really badly. I'm hearing myself. So that's a type of mind control in and of itself, because it disrupts your ability to think properly when you hear yourself speaking like that. So
it does, yeah. Well, anyway, so yeah, the getting people to follow just the normal, things that we're aware of as far as keeping themselves healthy. That's kind of the first step, and it's directly related to the this issue with vaccination, because if people took their health into their own hands, they would be a lot more it would become normalized that they would basically insist upon some sort of rationale for every single thing a doctor gave to them. I mean, one of the things that the American public has is this sheep-like quality where, the doctor is what happens when they're sick. The food is what's available in the grocery store, and that's just the reality. They don't ever think about, what is being sold to me and told to me could all be fake or damaging.
Right.
So like you said,
And, you know, I'll eat it because it tastes good, not because it's good for me, essentially.
Right. So those are the very first things that people should, you know, try to do to protect themselves, is try to find a way to eat better foods.
Yeah, just get back to a normal diet. Just meat, vegetables, and, you know, not all this processed junk. You know,
Somebody's got their speakers on too loud. I hear terrible feedback. You know, it keeps going even when April's talking. Somebody's speakers are too loud.
Turned it down.
How about me? And when I talk, does it?
Test. Now it's gone. Whoever adjusted their speakers got it.
Okay, yeah, he sounds fine.
Okay. So now I can finally talk, but I forgot what I was trying to say earlier.
April, can you just, we've only got a few minutes left. Can you possibly in that time give us, you know, a summation, kind of some wisdom that you would pass along to the public and the parents?
Yeah, I would say that as a parent, you are your child's most important advocate, and you are the one that's really going to be responsible for their health. So you have to make this decision wisely, because if you make the wrong decision and have your child vaccinated and they get hurt, it's a lot harder to undo. In fact, it's close to impossible. So, you know, take my advice that I have been through this, and it's something that I have to live with for the rest of my life, that I allowed my son to be tortured and damaged right in front of me. And you know, it's not
There's a terrible feedback loop going on, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Whoever's not speaking needs to turn off their speakers or turn them down as far as they can, because there's a terrible feedback loop that only happens when speakers are up too loud.
Interesting. Yeah, well, my speaker is just at its normal. But anyway, so so April, can you go on and just give us the finish up that thought?
Yeah. Just because a doctor is a doctor doesn't make them divine. So don't listen to just everything that they say. They don't have the power of God, and take that into your own hands. You are your child. You know what's best for your child intuitively, and trust that.